Hello, hello, hello. Let's get down to business then. Thank you, thank you. So we are cracking on with our monthly game dev challenge, and this is our third month of doing it, and this month is shaders and materials, which kind of seem to be the same thing from what I'm looking at the moment. Hey Marco Polo, nice to see you. Alrighty, so a few things that like last stream was stressful, trying to learn the stuff that I don't really understand, but I feel like I'm making a little bit more progress with it now, which is good. Kind of useful. I had a useful video that kind of was a good summary yesterday that helped. I had a chat with a friend from work, which really helped as well on the Friday. So yeah, it's I still don't know how to do these things very well, but I feel like I have more direction now of the things I'd like to try and do. So I'm just going to launch the editor. We'll get in a call with Brainoid probably whenever he's ready. Let me just give him a message. You ready? Oh, I just messaged you. I'll give you a call. Hopefully my headphones are working as well because I just switched them. So
hello.
Yes, I can hear you. How beautiful. Experimenting. I have a project that we will show. I'll use as an example one. And also I'd like to look for some example textures or free material textures. So I basically want, I'm aware that you can go to Photoshop and create like normal maps and stuff as well. But I know there's some free ones that you can get. I think you can anyway.
Yeah, of course. I actually created my own texture.
Oh, did you?
For the grass, and it actually looks like a seaweed instead of grass.
Seaweed.
Yeah.
Like the way it's moving underwater, huh? Right, who's...
let me share my screen though.
Yeah, sure. So if I want to just look for... I don't know, what am I going to look for? Just say brick. There's quite a lot of this, eh? This is an interesting one here. These are all free. Okay, so... Oh yeah, that looks cool, Brain. I'll show you your screen in a moment now. We just go for a simple brick one at the moment. So,
okay.
If it's PPR, does this come with the... with all of the files as well? So 2K, 4K, oh crikey, you can get them they're really large, can't you? Let's download this. Oh, that looks really cool, Brian.
Also, I guess Quixel has some free assets, right?
Oh, is that the mega scan stuff?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Can you check this?
Ah, yes, we have the color displacement. So color and displacement, we won't, if there's a color and a displacement, we probably won't be using the displacement one. Because my understanding is displacement is what was used. It's like not the albedo thing that is there now, which is for the PPR stuff. So the color is just purely color with no light information. But before that, in the older way of doing it, you used to use a displacement map, which would include some like lighting stuff baked into it or something along those lines as well. I think this is my understanding. Thank you for that link.
There is kind of like a height map or something that bumps up some vertices.
Hmm. Oh wow, I wouldn't know how to use these. But these fancy. Oh man, some of these textures are gorgeous.
Yeah.
Ah, castle wall. That looks beautiful. Like how do we download? Have I got to make an account and that to download, or download settings? Resolution 2K. Oh wow, you can get the bump map. Don't know what the cavity is, and a gloss map and a specular. I'm guessing the
Yeah.
tick boxes here are based on what's available for this one.
I guess
Maybe.
maybe also they might be disabled because you're not a member.
Yeah, I can't see a download button
member.
at the moment, so I'm guessing I've got to log in to do it.
Yeah, I guess.
Okay,
Sorry.
that's fine. No, it's fine. We'll maybe do that in a short while. For now, I've downloaded something that I can just play with, which is what, and we can have a look at a few other ones as well. So, for example, we can look at wood. I just want to get a couple of things to play with. So let's go for wood's quite nice. I assume again this has ambient occlusion on that one. Okay, that's cool. And then finally we'll look for some. I guess it'll just be like some concrete. Yeah, out of these, this one has some good texture. Some roughness to it that I like. Go for that. Look at that moving tree, Brain. Spacey, your tree is dancing. I'll show you in a short moment now. Color to say Norman roughness. Okay, good. I'm happy with that. We've got these. Okay, so before I get started then, let's have a look at Brainoid's screen for a little bit. Seeing bricks in a sphere made me think of a Chav Death Star for some reason. Right, okay, we are looking at your screen, Brain. So you made a scene, right, with some landscape with some bumpy hills and stuff. And then you've populated it with this texture here you made.
Yes.
Very high detail. Is it 8K?
Yeah, so I made all these. This one, yeah.
Okay, so that's
and then I made. This is the albedo.
Yeah. You made an opacity mask thing, right?
Yeah. And then I generated the rest. I mean, the normal map and the specular one.
The specular. Right. So I've learned about generating the normal map. There's some setting you can do in.
It's the same here.
Okay.
In the same program.
So it's just it's kind of guesstimate based on the colors and that, is it?
Yes.
It kind of works out. Yeah.
Like that.
And then you can tweak stuff and see how it look.
Different algorithms and etc.
That's pretty cool. Awesome.
Yeah. Okay. Do you want me to tell you how I?
Yeah. We'll start off the stream doing that, and then we'll get some stuff done.
Also, I created this one.
Okay, is this just a plane, right? That it's gonna sit on?
Yes, awesome. And I just modified some of the vertices.
So just to make it not completely flat, to give it that slight bit more of an organic look. Okay, that's cool. I like that.
I guess I could add more cuts here, so it looks more organic, because the vertices are moving. Only these are moving.
Right.
Yeah. Well, anyways,
but then if you've got that many of them, you're kind of doing the best you can with as little as you want.
We're not trying to be perfectionist here, and you also need to find a balance between having a lot of polys, not having a lot of polys, and having a smooth animation, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's create from scratch.
And just to say as well, chat, if Brainoid is too quiet or anything, do let me know. I can hear him fine, but just let me know in chat. Sorry, go ahead, Brain.
Would you like me to start from scratch or view of the?
You can just go and look at the materials. That's no problem.
Okay.
But if you want to do it from scratch and build it up, that I don't mind you showing. It's just it's up to you.
Your choice. No, it's not up to me.
All right, from scratch, do it.
Okay. All right. We'll check the materials if I'm stuck.
Yeah. Seaweed. Call it seaweed.
No, I can't. Seaweed. All right.
Okay.
So actually, I have two approaches. I'll just show you real quick. So they have the simple grass wind.
Yes, yes, I've seen that node before.
Yeah, yeah, it takes care of pretty much everything and have this effect.
Okay.
And I used this finally.
Oh,
Figured
the
out how to
gradient
do
to
it.
make it the bottom stay
Yeah.
more still, is it?
Yes. Like,
Oh, that's really cool. Yeah, yeah, the bottom barely moves.
yeah. Okay, and then I tried to make an effect of my own using the penner and a noise. So
Okay.
it
Yeah.
looks similar. It looks weird here though.
Yeah.
It needs more work, but at least I know how to do some animation.
Yeah. That looks fine.
Okay. Okay, let's close these.
For some reason, those remind you of salad fingers. Salad fingers is the one thing that I haven't seen that everyone seems to reference in life.
Seaweed.
Okay, so at the moment your seaweed looks like a black ball. We got to work on that. So first we're going to make a, it's going to be masked one, is it? Because we're going to use that cut off that you did. So we'll add a texture sample, which will be, we need both the color or the D, whatever you want to call it. And then we also need the diffuse, I think they call it, isn't it? And then you want to pass into the opacity mask bit the black and white texture sample that you've made.
I just duplicated this one and yep,
there
opacity.
We go. Pass that in, and that'll get our start point. So that would give us, for anyone who's new to this, so when you look at passing a texture sample there, all you're ever doing here is you're passing in a value between 0 and 1, or often between 0 and 1 into the next step. And the way that the opacity mask works is 0 is don't show it, it's translucent, and opaque if it's white.
Okay, here there's a trick, so you cannot see. It's not two-sided, right?
Ah, yes.
Yeah. I guess we can do this here.
Yes, that works. What was your trick?
I saw people using two-sided foliage, so I guess this passes in some parameters to some foliage.
And that means that both sides. Does it show in the editor now? Like that? Oh, so it still doesn't, but it...
Oh, no, you need to check this one again.
It still feels silly to choose something called two-sided foliage and then
yes.
still have to choose two-sided as a tick box.
Yeah, that confused me as well. Whatever.
Okay.
Let's also apply my stupid normal map as well.
Maybe the two-sided foliage makes it match up either side, like instead of mirroring it. Who knows? But, okay, yeah. So this is your texture that you've added in then, right? So this is your normal map, right? Sorry, texture is a bad word to use there, but I mean the different direction that the light would bounce off of it. So it's to give a bit of shape to it, really. And the blue means it's flat, if I remember. And then the different colors coming up then based on. So if you think of dark blue as a 90-degree angle, if you're looking at it, not 90 degree, like a flat angle, sorry. And then if you was to shine a light at it, so it would bounce straight back, and then the different colors are going to mean pointing at different directions.
Yeah. So I multiplied it with 0, 0, 0, so it removed the normal map right now, as you can see.
Correct. Right. So you're going to amplify it, is it?
Increase these values. Okay, we see some.
Well, at the moment it's flat because you've only multiplied the blue, right? And blue is the.
And there goes.
So that's to exaggerate it somewhat, is it?
Yeah.
What about the red?
Yeah, I will have 12 for the red. Yeah. I can see the details more exaggerated.
So if you can stay zoomed in, like quite close to it, and then let's like change down the red to 1 just to see if we can notice the difference.
I wish.
Yeah, no, you can. You definitely. There's a big difference there.
What about 120?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh.
I'll keep it.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I was gonna say it seemed better that middle bit there.
Okay. I mean, it's a silly pattern to have.
Yeah, to have detail on.
TV. Yeah, but it's not even visible because usually you're looking at it from a distance, right? Well, anyways, real quick, we can also do. Actually, let's add a. Where are you? It should be meshes. Okay, I'm gonna create another static mesh, grass mesh too.
Seaweed.
Yeah, but I'll attach the seaweed material to it. Okay.
I'll forgive you. All right. So the grass mesh is that just the mesh you brought in from? Is it a static mesh actor, or is it the mesh that you brought in from Blender?
It's a mesh from Blender.
Okay, yeah, it's not like an actor, right? Okay.
You can see it here, and we didn't save it, I guess, so it doesn't show up.
Save, apply, compile, save. Hey, there we go. Okay.
Okay, nice. And I'll just duplicate it out to just to try something.
Yeah, I hate selecting that one in the middle. It never goes the way you want it to.
Okay, and that's enough for now.
So they're just static mesh actors you've had. Yeah, great. Okay.
Yes. And I'll show you something here. So they have something called, most of the engines have this, by the way, speed trees.
Speed trees.
Yeah. So they have this speed tree color variation node. It basically ruins the preview image, but it helps you to add some randomness in the color.
Right, to add some like color variation, is it?
Mm-hmm. And let's have a constant here.
And is this like the how much variation you want? Is it between 0 and 1? So 1 would it look like a rainbow, or?
No, let's see.
Yeah.
Compile.
Okay, so the different kind of shades of green there, right? Each one of them. Oh, so that's useful. If it's per instance is going to be different, so that's how your grass looks different. Interesting.
There goes one. I guess using a subtle value there helps a lot. This doesn't look right.
It seems like it's just like messing with the saturation or of the.
Yeah, feels like it.
Yeah, but that's cool. So it keeps the same color, but it just does some operation on it to tweak that. Rather than shifting the hue, it's kind of like the saturation or the.
I guess it's not only the saturation because the lightness also changed, right?
Yeah.
It randoms the saturation and the lightness.
Yeah. Maybe.
Yeah.
Okay. Bjorn, are you still cooking lots? Sorry, just responding to what you're saying in chat.
Of course. I'm keeping it 0.1.
Okay. Yeah, sounds a good idea.
Okay. Okay. We can start animating our grass, I guess. So first, I want to do. Let's have a not comment. Sorry, 3. So let's say this color vector is our wind speed.
So wind speed would be the direction of the velocity of the wind. Is that what you mean by that?
Yes. The velocity.
So 0 would mean it's not moving at all.
Yes. I mean, here we don't have a time or anything. So if we add this will affect it like an offset right now, right?
Yeah.
So if I do 10, we'll just move it by 10 because we don't have an animation already.
I guess it's hard to know what that looks like, but it's just gone to the right, I'm assuming. Yeah, so it's 1,000 dot. Yeah, okay.
Okay.
Good. Uh-huh.
All right. This is good to know. Okay, let's move on from here. Let's add this simple grass wind thingy.
Okay.
First. Okay. And it doesn't have default parameters in the node, so
Right.
we add constants here.
Okay.
Weight and speed.
What about speed is grayed out?
I'm not sure. Default, because it has a default value, I
Right.
guess,
Right.
and the rest doesn't.
Yeah. Okay, so we need to set. Oh, what's this additional WPO then?
Right. So that actually is a noise or something. Probably does it have a? Yeah, grass must be textured to full sheet. Simple waving grass wind.
Simple waving grass wind. Grass must be textured to full sheet. Don't know what that means.
Okay, I passed in a noise texture there, and it worked.
Okay.
We need to read about it, I guess.
Yeah.
I didn't much. I'll just put small values for each, you know.
And Apollyon, I saw this video yesterday. It seems the internet are going crazy about it. Everything's a cake.
Okay, let's generate a noise here. I don't know. How does this look? Yeah, maybe it works.
Try to give him that in. It stops it from getting upset at least. Okay, so is it moving? Okay, we can see movement. So that at the moment is intensity, the weight. You just put the same number in for each of them. The wind speed. I'm trying to think intensity and weight. I'm trying to think how that.
Okay, let's increase the intensity by 10. Multiplying it by 10. Okay.
Okay.
It is intense.
Okay, so if you put that back to like 0.3, and then let's do the weight and see what that does.
The weight is confusing, but intensity and wind speed are more straightforward, I guess, because imagine this same animation faster.
Yeah, so one says how much it moves and one says how fast it goes through that movement.
Yeah, so if I take this to 3 as well, it's the same animation, but it's faster.
Now that looks like some claymation stuff, you know, like the old like stop motion video stuff. There's something really weird about that animation. Anyway,
to me, it looks like disturbed seaweed still.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, I'll take this back to 0.3 as well and play with weight. Weight is weird because let's just see.
Does it mean how like maybe it impacts it less? Ooh.
Yeah, but like if you go higher,
Wow.
you get weird stuff.
Okay, I'm trying to put into context like what it's actually doing. I guess it's like how many chunks it splits it into in a way to impact. It almost feels like. So it groups chunks together. I don't know. 100. Are you cray? Or maybe how much it offsets it from its original positions. It could be as well.
Maybe.
Change it back to 1 or something. Minus 10.
Okay. Sometimes entering minus values help you to understand the parameter.
Okay, fair.
Here it didn't.
Yeah, it could be the size of the motion.
Yeah, it feels like a multiplier, to be honest. Because it affects both the intensity and something else, but I don't know what that is.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, 2, 0.5, 0.3. Let's see how this looks. Yeah, I think this looks okay, but the,
The
bottom bit is
yeah,
also...
and we want those to stay where they are pretty much, right?
Yes. Okay, so let's add our gradient, shall we?
Yes.
Linear gradient.
So we basically, just to get this into perspective, we're going to do a multiplier between the simple grass wind output and whatever we're working out now to basically say only offset it on the top half, not the bottom, right? That's the kind of thing we're aiming for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is what we get from the simple grass wind.
Oh.
It's weird, right? Like, let's start preview mode.
That's really interesting to be able to visualize what it's actually doing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So...
Yeah, and the like an alpha channel for the motion, I agree with you. And Marco Polo, the wacky flailing inflatable seaweed outside of all good restaurants. Right, okay, so we want to come up with basically something that's dark on the black completely at the bottom, and then grey scales up to white.
So UV has 2 floats.
Yes.
U
Yeah.
and V, right?
Yeah.
We need the V gradient because we need the vertical one.
Yeah, what does the U stand for?
I don't know. It's not... V is not vertical.
Yeah. I don't
V
know.
for vertical. But
Yeah.
no, I don't know.
Okay. If anyone knows in chat, feel free to say.
So we need to break this. There's a node called component mask. If we put it inside it, you can enable and disable channels.
Right. Yeah, so a way of like blocking one of the channels from it, right?
Yeah, if you need it. Like,
yeah.
I actually didn't use it, but let's keep it here so we can experiment with it.
Okay.
So let's see what this brings us. So can you see the gradient?
Yeah, it's at the top down. I don't know why it's yellow, but it's, yeah.
Because we didn't have blue.
Ah, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. So we kind of need to times that by... Would -1 do that?
No, actually. We do 1 minus, so 1 minus x to invert it.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. We can do a lot of complex math to achieve something good, but we can just also do subtract for now, and for example subtract 0.3 from this, which will give us this.
So that basically saying move down 3?
So it actually...
No, all the values have -3 off of them, sorry.
Yes, so this goes actually below 0, but there's no color below 0, so it just shows black.
What if we wanted that scale to be less oh gosh, sorry, really struggling for words here. We want it to have more contrast in the sense that we want it to have like a gradual increase, right?
Okay.
Because it goes quite quickly into white. If we wanted it to go like more...
what if we multiply it, divide it?
Or maybe linear, Bjorn, but maybe a slower
power. I don't know really.
If we think about it mathematically, we want the... we can just times it by a 0 point something number. Yeah, that works.
Yeah, it should be something exponential, right?
Yeah. If you want it to be non-linear and you want it to kind of go like an upward trending curve, yeah. I think if you just multiply it by a small amount, that should bring all of the values down a bit, right?
Multiply it, but then yeah, it will bring everything down. But
Yeah,
we
but
need to
that
change the speed of the gradient. I mean, not the speed, but the distance.
oh yeah, I guess that's the point.
Confusing.
Yeah, it would keep the same. It would just it would like it would drag things down rather than actually change the
Yes. Well,
acceleration.
anyways, I'm gonna ignore it for now.
Okay, yeah,
If that's
nice.
right. So let's bring this in as well.
Okay.
So we have less movement here because
Yeah.
actually,
But it's the same. It's the same pattern, but different colors right now, right?
yes, and the colors we use are not these. So
yeah.
Let's see how it looks in the real material. Yeah,
The bottom's still moving more than I expected, though.
Yes, we're not completely. Actually, maybe we can subtract from this one. What do you think?
Yeah,
What
maybe.
happened?
Yeah, I'll have a go just because I think that's really what we were looking for, right?
No, it's still close.
Yeah. Hold on. You've got that. What's on the left side? Can you pan across? Sorry, can I see the whole thing? You have that, and then you have your linear gradient. Then you're multiplying.
Wait. This still has. Doesn't really help subtracting this from this.
No, I think it just yeah, it just changes the kind of yeah. I agree.
It's weird though.
Yeah, I would have expected when you multiplied it that you just get nothing out of the bottom. If you, the way you had it originally. Marco is saying, can you clamp negative values to 0? Ah, that might be.
Yeah, that's right. But where? Here?
So do it how you did the subtract, I think. I think the subtract before is still the right way to do it.
Yeah, I'm still experimenting to see different results. Yeah, I guess that's the right way to do it as well. Should we? Should we keep the clamp here?
Yeah, but move the subtract after the 1x to give that gradient that we wanted first, where it's black at the bottom. And once we got that, we can multiply. But then we want to clamp them. So now none of them are green. I still don't. Actually, no, there's still a bit of green in there. Yeah, I'm trying to guess like what's causing the shift of it. You could clamp it on either side. I don't know.
Should we clamp this?
No, so I guess.
Okay.
Yeah, that looks better, but then the. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, this is the stupid Unreal thing. You need
Oh,
to
is
close
it because it was a minus value then? On your when you did the -3, and then you're timesing that with a to get a really weird. Yeah, okay. There we go. That's what we wanted. Moving a little bit, but we can accelerate the wind now, but the bottom isn't moving at all, which is kind of really what we wanted there. Thank you people in chat, by the way, getting involved. It does help with this stuff. Like
weird because it stutters now.
Is it stuttering, is it?
Yeah. What about this? Why is it? It's not smooth. Okay, because of the last clamp it was.
Okay. Check the bottom bit. Yeah, the bottom's not moving. That's what we wanted. Sweet, that looks good.
Perfect. Yep. Success.
Yes, so I think Gamedev explained it. Sorry, Bjorn explained it well, saying as a zero multiplier would be zero movement, but a negative value would be inverse movement. So we're kind of moving it the opposite way when we did.
Yeah, I mean, it's obvious, but the previews are confusing us, to be honest, because they are not updating properly.
But still, I think that was very useful to do.
Okay, so what else? Do you want me to use the panner as well?
So, what, as a separate way to do it, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you move that into its own little, chunk.
We're still gonna use this linear gradient.
Yeah,
so
I think making that gradient is nice. I'd be interested in playing around trying to get different gradients because I think they're useful, and making sure we understand how we can construct them and control them. It is actually bad that it doesn't show negative values. You'd expect that if visualization is black to white, it'd already be clamped to 1 to 0. Yes and no, because sometimes you want, like, I don't know how you'd represent it visually. Because it's not clamped to 0 to 1. It's just most things, because we do allow over 1 for certain things as well, right?
Let's preview this node now. So the panner has no
Indeed, Marco.
speed.
Sorry, Braino. I was half looking at chat. So we've added a texture sample, which is just your random noise going in, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we need noise just so it doesn't just and that is going to be used as saying like which bits of our pixels are actually going to be panning, right? So the bits in black are going to stay where they are, and the bits in white are going to be panning.
Yeah. So if we don't use it noise, it will move left and right. All the vertices will move equally.
Will it just scroll? Will it continually like loop scroll? That sort of thing, is it? Okay, that's cool. It might be good to actually see that with the grass, just to see the difference between it at some point as well. But
actually, we can do this probably. Oh, sorry. 3 and make it 1 1 1.
Oh, right. And pass that in as the texture sample.
Not this one actually.
Is there a color one?
The texture coordinate, or I'm confused. But actually, this has a coordinate inside.
Yeah, the panner automatically pulls the texture coordinate in, is something I.
Okay.
Does it?
But this provides a 3 float.
So we need to just get the X and the Y out of it. So can we break it?
So this asks for the same thing, or?
It's just black at the moment. Andrew, thank you for the follow. Welcome to the stream.
Why is that? Okay, we're previewing this one. That's why.
Thank you.
Okay, it's just.
What's the time and the speed? 0.
What?
Yeah, for that panner, you have like 0. So it's not doing anything at the moment.
Yeah, so if I add a value, it just goes away. So maybe we add a sine wave or something. So it gets back. No, not here. Not here as well. No. This
you have to give sine an input as well.
Sorry, mouse is acting weird. So where should I put the sign? Okay, sign is a...
Your inputs are welcome to. A few people just discussed what we were looking at a moment ago. So Marco said, I guess when you did the multiply, it was showing negative color since the bottom was blue, which is, yeah, true. Apollyon said, yeah, it starts as clamped, but we subtracted 3 from it, so we shifted it. With the clamp, we ended up bringing it back to 0 to 1. Yeah. And then normalizing it back into the correct range, says Bjorn. He says, actually, normalizing would maybe give a different or better result. As clamp will just cut the values. Whereas normalizing it will keep the ratios more, right? But just set them between 0 and 1. That's the thought. There's a node called Saturate that does a clamp that is used in some tutorials as well. It says Apollyon. Mambadev, hello there. How you doing? Good, sir. Nice to see you as always. It's your boy, Mambadev. I'm finding Unreal versus Unity that I have to use Unreal now, so I'm finding it. I don't compare anymore because I don't let myself use Unity anymore.
Sad.
Yeah, it is. I think especially for like 2D games, like playing Skyrim made me think multiple times. Like there's so many RPG elements which are just really nice, and it'd be fun things to program. Even like a little thing I noticed, like the stamina bar in Skyrim, when it goes down, so it animates down, and then when it gets to the bottom, it flashes green to show you, oh, you've run out of stamina. I was like, oh, that'd be fun to code that. And then inventory. And we've looked a bit of inventory before, but that was networked stuff. But like just inventory where you have things that can have items, you interact with it, it shows what's there, and you can put them in your own inventory. Like programming that'd be fun. And so I thought, like, I don't want to make like a proper 3D RPG though. So I was like, oh, a top-down 2D version of Skyrim could be quite cute. But then I'm just like, but then 2D in Unreal, and times like that, I'm just like, oh, Unity would just be a lot easier. But yeah. Oh yeah, sorry, I wasn't trying to be political there, Game Dev. It's more of a case of me just from my own personal point of view. Like I really liked Unity. I think is great. I like C#. I think the things that they were behind on, they're catching up on. I think the rendering is always going to be something that Unreal is like leading the way with, but like they now have like the material graph or the shader graph stuff as well, which is one of the benefits of Unreal before. So I think Unity's great. I miss C#. I miss the quickness of putting things together, and I miss not having to like build on the existing framework. But I think when it comes to a real like game, which is a live game, multiplayer, networked, that it becomes very beneficial to use the kind of base framework that Unreal has, because you get a lot of that replication done for you in a quite a reliable way, which is good.
Okay, so sorry. I figured out what was wrong with
Brain for being patient. Okay, so Sign needed something to drive it, is it?
Yeah. So we're passing in the time, and it just moves forward and backwards.
Oh, is that because you've just why is it only impacting forward and backwards rather than left and right here?
It's because of the coordinates it's using.
Oh, because 2. Yeah, if you change the speed to the opposite way, then you've got 2 and 0.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, sorry. You wanted this one, right?
Yeah, just so we can see, does that then, it doesn't move back and forward, it just goes left and right then. So if you look at it from the side, we should see from the opposite side, 90 degrees.
Okay, wait. This will still help.
yeah, that is really that highlights it well, thank you. And if you could turn 90 degrees just to show people that it's not moving the other way. Yeah, that's all. Thank you, dude. Yeah, perfect.
If people can see in this angle as well that it's not moving the other way, I guess. I don't know. In this angle.
Yeah. That's probably going to go diagonal now, isn't it? Yeah. I prefer proof, and I think it just helps if anyone's struggling to follow along so far. Like exaggerating what's happening can really help confirm, so they're not like, yeah. So it is obvious to some, but I think there's no harm in making it clear. Yeah, Bjorn, if you ever want to talk Unreal, dude, I'm happy to chat. I'm still very much. I feel still like a bit of an amateur, like even though I've been doing it for a year and a half now. But that's why we're doing these weekends, though. The Sunday streams is to just touch on these bits that I'm not using in work, and also it's helping Brain learn the engine because he's very new to it as well. But he's good at adapting because he's used many engines and stuff in the past. Well, I don't know if you call ActionScript an engine, but
well, Flash is an engine.
Yeah.
Okay. So this should move, right?
And Apollyon, yeah, I'm aware of Paper 2D, but people, yeah, there's lots of negative stuff about Paper 2D as well. We're using a little bit of the 2D framework for AHA2 at the moment. But anyway, continue. Okay, so you're currently panning the noise.
Yeah. Wait. Okay, on the other monitor, it was asking something. So.
Right, okay. So just to understand, when we're putting that panner into the noise, the black bits on that noise are bits that aren't going to be shifting left and right now. Is that the way to kind of think about it?
Yeah.
Okay. So you could kind of custom design your own noise to give it a bit more, have control over the way that it moves, I guess, right?
Yes, definitely. And I mean, I guess the trick here is to have smooth gradients in your noise so it doesn't stutter. This is too fast.
Like, I'm wondering, like, would you ever use a noise that is a map, which is basically similar to your cutout, but it's white on the tips, on the thin bits of grass, and then it would be kind of grayscale down the normal length of it, and then it would be like black at the bottom.
I believe.
Yeah, because then it's you're kind of simulating that. So I guess you could design it as well, which is interesting.
So as you can see, there's a little bit of movement here.
Yeah.
But so it's between 0 and 1. It's not really moving the vertices a lot.
Yeah.
So
just multiply
remember, we used an offset value earlier to offset the vertices, and now we'll use it as a velocity vector. So let's use 200 00 and multiply it with this one. Let's see what this does.
Okay. Hold on, I'm trying to understand. Bjorn, I'll read what you said in a moment. And Claw Growl, I can completely agree with you. Brain, I need to read this comment out. You'll appreciate it. Claw Growl says, I found Unreal too crashy. Oh my gosh. All the freaking time. And it loses progress. Even if you've saved, it still loses progress. It upsets me deeply.
While we are here, let's save everything.
Yeah, save everything just in case. And sometimes the act of saving crashes it, and that makes it even worse.
Yes.
Yeah, it's basically you can use slightly older versions which are less crashy, but like when they release a version, and it's still full of crashes. It's not like it's excluded to or isolated to beta builds. It doesn't crash like your game running, it just crashes the editor. So, Brian, would you mind explaining what you're trying to achieve with this bit?
Okay, so let's see 2000 and look at right from here. So you can see that the Y values are changing.
Okay.
Changing, sorry.
So I'm just trying to think. You're panning it. So we were panning it just left and right initially. Oh, but I think we've changed that now. What's the panner values?
I changed it to this. But still, everything is changing in the panel. It doesn't matter if I do this. And then we are multiplying the red values by 20 and they get exaggerated, so we can see it. We can see them moving.
What are the red values of that? That's what I guess I'm struggling to see at the moment.
You will understand when we do this then. So they move to side instead of...
Oh, so the thing that represents the X direction, right?
Yeah.
Right, okay. That sounds cool.
And if we do this, we get this set values moving.
Okay, yeah, so it's basically XYZ.
Yes,
so
it's too fast.
So the panner and the texture sample outputs a texture, which is going to be of RGBs, but it's essentially representing which direction it should move in, and it represents the movement of the offset, the world offset with the RGB channels. So we're just exaggerating the direction of the movement now. So we probably want to accelerate the left and right movement, right?
Actually,
maybe
we can see the result here, right? So this look helps us to move it vertically.
Right, okay.
And if we add some horizontal movement as well, maybe even more. Yeah. So it moves both in vertical and horizontal.
Yeah.
Axis.
And those black patches on that is just coming from the noise because it was black already, so you can multiply it. You're never going to get rid of those.
Yes.
So all we're doing is scaling the directional vectors here, right? I feel.
Yeah.
So do we actually want the up and down one? Because I feel the up and down one's moving the base of it a bit.
Well.
Okay, but then you multiply it by that, so. Yeah, that makes sense. So it'll stretch the top bits up a bit. I see where you're coming from. Okay, interesting.
And maybe let's try having even more vertical moment.
Yeah. I see where you're coming from. It looks a little weird now, but yeah, I see what you're saying. That's why a little bit of back and forth as well would look nice. I mean, a little bit. You just whacked in 100. But actually, it looks a little bit like creepy fingers chasing you now. Chat, I will respond to the discussion in chat once we in a moment. Thank you for getting involved. It's very nice to have you here.
I guess this looks okay.
Yeah.
And I mean, maybe we can even have a overall movement again. Remember, we tried it, scrolling it.
Right.
And this is animating the vertices one by one, and they all move according to the noise texture. Maybe what I mean is we can combine two different noise textures.
Right.
Maybe one with a higher scale and one with a lower scale. So some of the vertices move together and the rest doesn't.
Right. Okay. Yeah,
it's confusing, right?
Yeah, it might be something to see rather than to imagine it.
Yeah, there's still a lot to add to this shader, but yes, we can stop.
Also, I just want to say for anyone else who's really new to this stuff as well. So I named this topic shaders and materials. What I'm realizing very quickly is you make materials, and the material the graph inside the material is the shader, right? It's HLS or whatever it's called. You basically the nodes you do there, the manipulations, the mathematics that you're applying to say how you want the pixel to be rendered to the screen is shaders. So I always thought shaders was a separate part that you then go in afterwards and you do some code to change it after. But these graphs that we're looking at is shaders, right?
Yeah, as a concept, a material uses a shader. But here, instead of coding shaders, and making materials to use those shaders, they provide us a graphical interface that we can combine material logic and shader logic. So it's something new.
Okay, so how would you describe just pure material logic? Would that just be like, what is the color, like the albedo? What is the
Yes.
Right. Okay. But then any manipulations of those you would start to describe as a shader.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean,
Cool.
so you know that you can create instances of materials, right?
Yes. Yes.
And in those instances, you'll have
Expose parameters out.
exposed parameters, but we don't have any
Yeah.
right
Yeah.
now.
Because we didn't really make the master material.
That actually is the actual material logic there. But I mean, it's stupid to call it the logic.
Yeah.
The shader has the actual logic in it.
Yeah. So I guess we the reason I wanted to talk about this is because, like, as people saw from last week, it's just like these topics, when you know nothing about them, you can feel like there's so much to learn that you don't understand. But the more you can kind of just break it into an overall conceptual chunk, it really increases the accessibility into these topics you don't know. And I think that's a benefit. I'm just going to catch up on chat and then we'll carry on.
Of course.
So about the crashiness, Bjorn, it doesn't crash for me in work, by the way. So we're one of the projects I'm using, I think we're on version 4.18. So like it's quite an older version of it, but like I don't get editor crashes very often at all. Even when I'm using it on my home PC, like I am now. I got loads of crashes using Niagara, the new particle system that was added in this version. But when I'm just doing other stuff, it crashes a lot less often. So it shouldn't be seen as like Unreal overall is very crashy. But what I would say is the newer features don't go through a rigorous QA to. I don't think they could have the speed of kind of iterations coming out that they do if they waited to make sure everything was bug free. I think part of their QA is letting public use it, and they just don't call it a beta. So it's not like don't use Unreal. It's really not. But just be aware that it will still crash with some stuff which have been in it for ages as well. It crashes a lot more than Unity, but it's not distributed evenly across all things that you're doing in Unreal. Let's catch up with some of the other things. So Coral Girl was saying that the built games themselves are stable. I agree. Pauline says the most annoying thing with Unreal is that things break over time. You do not work on something that worked fine and then you test it again sometime later and it just does not work even though everything is fine. Oh, that does sound annoying. I've not experienced too much of that myself. I'm hoping that they've been bug fixing because it's going to get rewritten entirely in UE5. It's not going to get rewritten for UE5. UE5 is going to just be the same, but with new rendering. That's how I predict anyway. But I'm very naive to all of this as well. Unity is currently very stable, and a lot of new features have come out last year. I've been learning all the new stuff this summer, like the new input system. Awesome. Okay, cool. I didn't know about that. I've got to not. The reason I don't look at Unity is I struggle with just one engine. So I need to completely just immerse myself in C++ and Unreal. If I start dipping between C# and C++, it won't benefit me right now. In the future, perhaps, but right now, no. Foliage with a new input system is nice. I still prefer Unreal. Unity is missing stuff that is built into Unreal from the start. Okay, Unreal's render is simply the best. Creepy seaweed fingers, indeed. Bjorn, cheeky as always. One material gets compiled to several, to a lot of shaders. Visual shader tooling has got to be basically the best game dev tool. My issue is on an old project that is just updated for many versions. If it would. Yeah, it's I've had that thing before. If you open an old project and then you've got to upgrade, it tries to convert it to the current version of the engine you're using. Then I'd expect some things to break during that process, but it shouldn't break otherwise, I feel. But anyway, right, Brain, I'm caught up on chat. If you were waiting to say anything.
Yeah, they added the mods here, by the way. They placed it here.
So the place
so
actors,
you can switch to Foliage and
Ah,
then
it changed. Yeah. Adds a new tab for you.
drag and drop the CV. Oh, what? Add foliage type. Why can't I? I should have.
It's just a material. You need to make a static mesh of it too.
Oh yeah, this is the material. Sorry, I already have a static mesh of it.
Oh yeah, grass too. It needs saving.
Thank you.
Very dense, but
wait, I want it dense, but I also want it to vary size.
Would you, Corgon, would you mind just trying to explain to, I might know it already, but as if you're talking to someone who doesn't really get anything about it, what is GLSL? Because I think there's a HLSL as well, isn't there? If you got the time, that'd be appreciated. Look at the beautiful grass Brainoid has made. It's like I'm in a forest, flying through. Is this real life, or is this just... Oh no, we're just in Unreal. Such lifelike grass.
Okay, let's get back to here. I just added it once we started our conversation. Where is it now? I lost the tree. Okay. It changed.
Giant grass.
Okay. I guess I changed the material by accident.
That's one thing I really do like. I think it really helps people understand what is a material, is when you show the tree without a material, and then you apply a material to it, and it's moving everywhere. And it then helps you realize that like materials manipulate how it's told to draw onto the screen. It doesn't. There you go, Spacey. Look at that. The wind is blowing strong on your tree. Don't worry about the seams coming apart. Perfect. It looks like a meteor.
Can I use another noise texture on this one? Oh, this is dangerous. 0.05. Apply. Let's see what's happening.
Like a beautiful, flawless meadow. Just going to read out a thing in chat quickly. Shaders are based on threads, which are basically run on each GPU core, and they are functions that describe the things that GPU do, which is a lot of stuff. Okay.
Just remove this. Right, of course.
What's your objective at the moment, Brain, just so we're following along?
I want to change the animation of it like a...
Oh, so it all sways back and forth?
Yes. So this... Oh, that's why. So this is 2, actually. Float 2.
Okay.
So we can break it into components and we can create a float tree. It's weird that it wants a float 3 here. Because this is 3. So what happens if we do this? Let's remove blue from it. Close, open. Yeah, it works. It works. But then it doesn't like this one because this is a float 3. Let's do this then. Yes.
Is that what you wanted? You've done a highway, a green highway.
Well,
So it's kind of on a
It's
diagonal.
experimental. It's experimental. It's not even moving. Does it move?
You're just...
The penner speed. 5. It just multiplies it. Okay. I just want to see it on the mesh.
Yeah, that's fine.
Stand still.
Maybe it's a very strong tree. Well done, Spacey. I'm making a strong tree. Very strong.
Very, very strong, yeah.
Well, I think you've the multipliers you put in means that it's not getting much through, right?
Maybe.
Uh-oh.
There you go. This is good.
That's what you were looking for. Perfect.
Okay, let's try to find out why it's not even moving. Because...
Also, does it have multiple materials, this? Or no? No, it doesn't.
It only has a single material. What if we just ignore this one?
I think, can you not click the teapot as the little object in the preview? I don't think it...
Yeah, of course.
That might be more similar. A mesh in the asset content browser to preview. Yeah, so select the tree in the browser. So if you press... press the magnifying glass on the right side. Oh yeah, you got it. That's fine. And then go back into it and click on the teapot. There we go. Right. So that should help us without you having to go back and forth each time. Right, so we got nothing going into the world position. At the moment, the panner offset straight off is just going to move it. Is it?
Yeah, okay.
We're not giving it a time in? Is that why? Or did we not? No, we haven't.
Well, it should have a time by default.
Yeah.
We don't need to do this, as far as I know.
Yeah, no, I think you're right.
I think it moves to the end of the UV and stops there, maybe. Automatically gets clamped or something, I don't know. What if we have a sign with a time?
So it comes back as well, right? So anyone who doesn't know sign is a wave that goes from... Is it from -1 to 1? Back and forth?
Yes,
yeah.
And can change the period of it. Yeah, actually, I want it faster. Right, 1 was okay. So it's actually moving right now. Just a tiny bit.
Okay, yeah. There's a bit of shaking, I can see, yeah.
Bit of shaking. And let's do this now.
So we want to amplify the amount that it shakes in the X and Y directions now, right? So red is X, I think, and Y. So they should be the same if we want it to sway like a normal tree, I'd imagine, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you've done one more than the other at the moment, just to test. Yeah, that looks better. Yeah, that's not bad.
That's not bad.
If you did it like 5 and 5 or 10 and 10 or something like that.
Let's exaggerate it so we can see it clearly.
That should kind of... The downside is like it's gonna go in a repetitive pattern, right?
Yes. I'm just trying to experiment on something. Then I'll change it.
Hey there, Tangent Turner. Good to see you. Long time. Okay, now we're gonna try and keep the base still. Yeah, that's working.
Yeah.
That looks nice.
Yeah, I liked it.
Yeah. Just gives a little bit of life to the game, really, especially if you're using little assets like this. It doesn't need to be realistic. It just needs to be a bit of life. Not that I'm an artistic director or anything of any qualification in that, but it's what I personally feel. My opinions are my own. Blah 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 blah
Okay,
blah.
let's have a noise now. So where can we add this noise?
Okay, so I'm thinking the noise would be interesting on the. I kind of want it to. I guess what I'm thinking is like I would like the tree to not do the same. At the moment, I'm imagining the tree going round in like a small circle. Right, and I'd like if that sine wave almost was kind of. I don't know, that sometimes it's minused. Like the values coming out of it. Or inverted in the game.
Yeah, maybe we can try that. What? This doesn't work.
3D, 2D?
Yes, this is 3D, right? Then make float 2 R G B. Nice. And it's not moving.
Yeah,
it's moving. Okay,
it's moving.
okay.
I'm just gonna catch up with chat very quickly. I wonder how many times someone has made the make some noise joke about shade. I'm sure you need 4D noise for this. I guess does that mean noise over time, so that the noise changes over time. I guess that's the fourth dimension to the noise. Marco Polo says you need a sin or a sign for the coordinate and a cos for the other coordinate. So cos gives a different. Cos is basically a sine, but starting at a different point on the wave, isn't it?
Wait, I need to figure this out first. So if we use a noise on this mesh, the vertices are borked.
Yes. I don't get why.
Maybe because of the mesh. It's too sturdy.
Or is it just no? Because some parts of it are moving and some aren't, right? And so you're forcing. It's no longer guaranteed to have a seam, right?
But they should be connected, so they should move together.
Yeah, I'm not too sure then, sorry.
That's what I expected. So let's see a sphere. Yeah, it does the same thing. Okay. So
they aren't welded, maybe? Girl suggested in chat.
Yeah, probably.
That looks cute.
Okay, it obviously animates using the edges.
Yeah. Rather than the vertices.
I mean, the vertices are moving, but...
yeah, but it
has cuts between edges.
The vertices are shared between faces, whereas the edges... Well, mind you, the edges are as well. I think it's the weldedness, so if that is something that we have control over, but...
Okay, whatever. I mean,
yeah, I think having it at that point was quite nice, where it's even if it is going around in a circle, like a semi-predictable circle, could we not just alternate the wave at that point to add some variance to that? Oh gosh, that looks horrible. So go back to where it was, where we had a nice. The tree just going around in circles with the bottom not moving.
Yeah, I'm trying to do that,
yeah,
but
no
I failed. Tell me where I failed then.
Everywhere. I see the tree is split in half. Someone chopped the tree in the wrong direction. You're meant to chop across. Or is it a cake, Apollyon? It's going to open up and it's a beautiful tree cake. What's happened here then? I don't know what has happened here, dude.
Wait. Okay. It's not moving at all.
Try and move it to 5. 5 and 5 on the that multiplier. Yeah, just give it a little bit more. See if we can just see some little bit of swaying. Yes, there's a tiny bit of swaying there. It's very,
Yeah, but still
we're
have
getting that
this-
split. Well, maybe we were getting that before and we didn't notice.
Yeah, maybe.
It could be to do with the mesh. I don't know.
That's why I tried the rest of the preview meshes.
Ah, right, okay. Yeah, but you're right. It's still split in that. Maybe this stuff is best to use on planes?
Giving up, are you? No,
What?
it's not. Maybe instead we use world displacement.
Right.
What do you think? I don't know.
I mean, it doesn't sound wrong.
It sounds half wrong. We don't even have a tessellation multiplier though.
We've still got that gap.
Change much.
No problem, Apollo?
Let's go back to the basic one. I still see it. Yeah, I do see it. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I think it probably was happening before. We just didn't notice it, I guess. Last
I guess.
Sunday steak
So
game dev
if I
company.
do it.
Yeah, there's a little gap there you can see. Hello?
Hello? Sign. Is it because of the sign?
No.
No.
Is there anything else doing that? Right, just unplug the panel. Unplug everything. The world offset position. Is it still got a gap? No, okay,
No.
good.
But that's... I don't know. That's so fucked up. Flipped up, sorry.
Flipped up. It's all right. Family friendly. Families do occasionally swear. It's not a bad thing.
Yeah, I see. I pass in the texture coordinate and it has this.
Yeah, I'm not too sure what's going on with that.
Yeah, because like
Continuous
because
wrapping setting that's not
we're
enabled.
moving it with this thing. It just
Okay.
moves the vertex a little bit. So
Yeah, could you?
we end up seeing.
Mark suggested in chat that is there something on the texture where we could set a continuous wrapping?
Let's see. You mean here?
Yeah, I feel like it's shifting it, and then there's nothing on the side, so it's just doing transparent instead of connecting back to the other side of the texture, if you will.
It doesn't feel like it, but yeah, why not? Let's see.
Either that or in the material node. I don't know where it would be.
Okay, I couldn't find anything there.
Yeah, so if you click on the tree...
Click on the tree, what?
I was going on the tree mat itself. I think you might already be on it. Oh, no, you're on the texture sample.
Yeah.
Yeah, on that as well. I didn't know if there's some setting in here.
Maybe we should go back to default lit here. Because it's not a foliage.
Oh yeah, that's another thing to consider.
Yeah, we don't even know what two-sided foliage actually does.
Yeah. Oh no. I would have loved if that
actually,
fixed it.
it makes sense to me because we're telling it to move the coordinates using this texture, and this texture only moves some portion of it.
Yeah, so the top left of it won't
yeah.
move.
Yeah, for example, this bit moves and the rest doesn't. And this here it moves. I don't know. So I was going to. Actually, my friend is calling, but let's try this.
Take the call, dude. Take the call, dude. It's okay.
Technical dude.
No, take the call.
As you can see, we don't have any stuff here now.
What changed that?
I just passed in a constant, so it moves everything together.
Right, okay, rather than moving things at a different rate.
I don't know what this is. Okay, I'll take the call.
Okay, no problem.
You start working now.
Yeah.